Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Team Spirit Gaming. My name's Matt.
And I'm Jordan.
And we're back with more Sonic Frontiers, Final Horizon stuff. Currently playing as Knuckles.
Good old Canucks.
And I guess I've just got to search for a Chaos Emerald with him, and it'll probably switch over to Tails.
Nice. Can you switch freely or still not yet?
Not yet. I think you have to get through pretty much all of the story stuff, and then it'll let you switch freely.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm supposed to get up there eventually, I think. So many Koco. Anyway.
So many
Hello.
Koco. Hey, just really quickly, are you peaking on your volume, or is it just me?
I guess it's possible a little bit, but as far as I'm seeing, it shouldn't be happening too much.
Okay, it's my end then. Never mind. Just curious. Side loop.
Alright, so I need to go up from here. So I'm guessing that means I get to climb a tower as Knuckles.
Yeah. Man, I was, that's actually going to be interesting. I was watching, or I was making the clips for the last couple Sonic Frontiers where you were doing the trial stages and stuff, and I have to say that was like super entertaining. I basically rewatched the whole thing. Both the snake trial and the what was the other one?
Was it the tiger
Whatever
one? Or
yeah, tiger. That was it.
The tiger one was the easy one, I think. Well, one of the easy
Matt,
ones.
I'll be right back. I have to hold on a second. We can pause because the librarian is telling me to sign into the room. I forgot to put my name on here.
Okay.
1 second. But I'm good to go.
I paused mine, but
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine.
like I literally hit pause, which means there's going to be a gap in.
No, that's totally fine. We don't need to keep that in.
All right.
Okay.
Then we'll resume.
All right.
All right. So, yeah, I'm not sure what all climbing this tower is going to entail because I don't remember this exactly. Okay. So it's that platform up there that I think I'm trying to get to. Way at the top of the screen.
I see.
And I'm guessing, though, that I need to go around and do this stuff.
Rings! More rings! This is very interesting.
Rings and springs.
Rings and springs. Yeah, this is very different from Sonic, so I like it. Change of pace. Wow, you can boost climbing.
Yep. Always could.
Oh, nice.
This is getting a little dodgy, though. Okay. Like what?
Yeah, that's
Please tell me I don't need to have the, like, super glide for that.
I hope not.
If I do, then there's going to be a bunch of grinding coming up.
Is it a skill? Like, for a skill?
Yeah, I'm
point?
going to have to grind skill points.
Okay.
Or farm, maybe I should say.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a good time for passage of the day right off the bat.
Sure.
Okay. I have one from Matthew 17, and it'll be 14 through 20. I feel like I just read this, or no, we talked about it. That was it. Okay, anyway, here we go. 14 through 20, and it's Matthew 17. When they came to the crowd, a man approached Jesus and knelt before him. "Lord, have mercy on my son," he said. "He has seizures and is suffering greatly. He often falls into the fire or into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not heal him." "You unbelieving and perverse generation," Jesus replied. "How long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy here to me." Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of the boy, and he was healed at that moment. Then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" He replied, "Because you have so little faith. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you." When I was a kid and I heard that last part, I'll let you do this and then I'll explain.
Yeah, I just didn't want to interrupt the reading of the verses.
Wow.
He just laughed.
Oh, no, you don't. Sonic handled 4 islands of this mess. I'm not going down to just one. You hear that? This isn't over until I win.
Reminds me of like how Yamcha used to be stronger than Goku, or like on par. He's just super weak in the later seasons of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Krillin was pretty much the only one out of the like old school crew that actually debatably kept up in any way.
Yeah, it's true. Well, I think Krillin's like the strongest human in that show. Like full human.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't stop
Yeah,
meditating.
I'll wait till
We're
next time.
counting
Okay.
on you.
So
So
I just need to find a device.
when I heard that last part, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, "Move from here to there," and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. I heard that as a kid, and I was like, man, why aren't we looking into this more? Like, how do we get the faith of a mustard seed? You'll basically have superpowers. But what he's actually saying is like, mustard seeds are super small. You start with your faith very small, but you have to keep working on it and watering it and taking care of it, and it'll grow into, I mean, mustard seeds grow way, way, way bigger than their original size. So I think that's kind of what he's trying to say. And as far as like moving mountains, I would take that as more of a metaphorical sense, where like if somebody is as stubborn as a mountain, they're not going to move no matter what, they'll still be able to move their heart. That's kind of what I took it to mean. But I also thought it was kind of funny like how angry Jesus is that they weren't able to get the demon out. It's like, "You perverse and unbelieving generation, how long should I have to put up with you?" It's really funny to me. Not that I'm better than them or in any way, but it was just funny. But basically, I think the reason he's saying that is because he's showing that you need to work on your faith even when you're not just needing something. Like basically this guy came and asked them to heal his son, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess we gotta, we just gotta do that." And oh, we can't? Okay, well, let's go find Jesus and do it. So it's kind of just like out of need instead of just like a steady all the time. You gotta work and grow all the time, basically.
Yeah, like, and it's not that they lacked faith in Jesus, it's that they lacked faith in their own ability to do it, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I guess, when he walks on water and then falters because he just like lost completely lost faith. And this was the reason I had brought this up earlier, was just one other interesting note. If you weren't part of that conversation, at least I think I talked about this. Some translations have an extra verse in the story, and the extra verse is, well, it references Mark 9, which tells the same story, and there's an extra. So in Mark 9, after the disciples say, "Why couldn't we drive it out?" and Jesus replies, "This kind can only come out by prayer." And then in some translations it says by prayer and fasting, also by prayer and fasting, or something like that. And it says that this passage in Matthew 17 also had something talking about prayer and fasting in addition to let me just bring up the other translation so I can have it exactly, and it's New King James Version. So at the New King James Version, verse 21 says, "However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting." And basically the reason for that is because King James Version and NIV are based on like different manuscripts. They're the same, everything's the same, but some of the manuscripts had that extra verse, some don't. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to go through the whole.
Holy cow, Tails' speed level. What the?
1 to 98.
Oh, I'm like, wait, did I get an achievement? No, that's just the daily reward points.
Reward points.
You know.
But yeah, without going into the conversation again, whoa, wait.
This was a skill that I unlocked.
Oh.
Really easy way to cheese a lot of stuff with Tails.
No kidding. And that's his, like...
Oh, hold up. It's not unlimited, though. Unless I do the whole, like... Unless I make myself have unlimited boost. Which... There we go.
Oh my gosh. That's his suit from Sonic Adventure 2. That's what he uses. That's really funny. That's exactly... I can't believe they remade it in this game. That's so awesome. I love it. Yeah, anyway, they're just based on different sources. That's why one has the verse and one doesn't. It's not like they took it out and changed the Bible, don't worry.
Yeah.
Oh, so close. One more should do
Yeah, my wife actually was looking at one translation and she was like, "Oh my gosh, look, they literally took out a verse of the Bible. Can you believe that?" And then at first I was like, what are you talking about? And then it even like mentioned in her translation, yeah, this verse isn't in here, it's in some other translations. I was like, oh my gosh, they did take a verse out. But then
yeah, that's a thing with translations and whatnot. It's like sometimes the people working on them choose to include certain verses because they're in certain manuscripts, but like they'll exclude other verses that are only in certain early manuscripts, but maybe not the earliest.
Yeah. I will say there are some translations. Okay, so like the Message is Oh, I didn't.
Every
Sorry,
time I
cutscene.
interact with cyberspace, I'm getting more corrupted. This is what Sonic was dealing with this whole time. I knew he was sick, but I never realized it was like this. If I'm going to be at his side, then I need to keep at his pace. I won't let this stop me.
Alright, well, we've had all three characters have their whole cyber corruption moment.
Yeah.
You never stood a chance against Sonic. Now you're up against all four of us. You should have quit while you were behind.
Normally the phrase goes, quit while you're ahead, but I guess in that case, they're not trying to make any argument. Tails was saying that whoever it was never ahead in the first place.
Yeah.
And now it shows all three of them getting Chaos Emeralds.
Nice.
So, I think that puts them at probably 6, based on this and earlier stuff. And now it might send me back to Sonic.
Mhm. Yeah, you do it, Sonic. No, it's my turn. Do you know anything about the message translation?
I know it's often considered more of a paraphrase than a
Yes.
literal translation.
Yeah. And I mean, anyone watching this, I would not recommend like using the message translation for your Bible. It is specifically kind of designed for, very uneducated people, and I assume if you're watching this video, you can read, so you probably don't need the message. You can understand.
Well, that
Other ones.
sort of implies that nobody needs the message.
No.
Translation.
There are people who like just like not in the U.S. I mean, other countries that
Go, Tails, go!
have very low literacy. Like I don't know, maybe they can read, but a lot of the words are confusing, especially if you go to New King James and other things like that. But yeah, I mean, like you said, the message is a paraphrase. Like for example, and the problem that I have with like paraphrasing is it is impossible for you to, for anyone, me included, for anyone to paraphrase an entire giant book without some sort of interpretation or bias or something like that.
Yeah.
It's and a lot of the things Jesus said, I think it's important to be able to have multiple interpretations to it. Like, okay, for example, this story, and it's funny because there's not actually verses. They just say like, oh, this is verse 14 through 16, I guess, and then they paraphrase it kind of. But here's the story we just read. Let's see. Master, have mercy on my son. He goes out of his mind and suffers terribly, falling into seizures. Frequently, he is pitched into the fire. That's weird. Why are they saying he's pitched into the fire? That's like not even... That makes it more confusing in my opinion. Other times into the river. I brought him to your disciples, but they could do nothing for him. Jesus said, what a generation. No sense of God. No focus to your lives. How many times do I have to go over these things? How much longer do I have to put up with this? Bring the boy here. He ordered the afflicting demon out, and it was gone. Or no, it was out. Gone. See, these are just like weird. Like, why would you say it was out, comma, gone? From that moment on, the boy was well. When the disciples had Jesus off to themselves, This is weird. I have not read this before. This is like really weird because doesn't seem like simpler English. It seems like when the disciples had Jesus off to themselves, they asked, "Why couldn't we throw it out?" Because you're not yet taking God seriously, said Jesus. The simple truth is that if you had a mere kernel of faith, a poppy seed, say, you would tell this mountain move and it would move. There's nothing you wouldn't be able to tackle. Okay, I mean, just reading that, that makes me like it even less because it's like in NIV they say then the disciples came to Jesus in private and asked. Like that seems. I mean, like anyone should be able to understand that. I just don't understand. Now I'm confused. Like, why? Well, who is this for? I don't know. Yeah, I'm a little baffled. I'll have to look into this more later. If you know who the message is translated for, leave a comment below because I'm a little bit baffled. But it's far from my favorite translation, I'll just say that.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, geez, it sends me all the way back to the start.
It's weird. I'm very, very confused. Real life translation, what is that?
Tree of Life, that sounds like a Dragon Ball Z thing.
Sorry, this is like a big rabbit hole we're kind of going into. Okay, so they don't say Jesus in this version, they say Yeshua. And then it reads more like King James. Why they do that? What about the voice? Let's do that. Okay, this is the last one. I'm not gonna go any further.
What in the world am I doing here?
What the heck?
Okay, that just ramped me off into nowhere. I am very confused by this cyberspace level.
This is very weird. Do you mind if I read? I'm reading a lot, but okay. Like the voice is there's like explanations between sections, and like every time someone's speaking it's like locked off, and this is just weird. I don't know, I shouldn't have. This is like weird. Okay, I'm getting off of this. Anyway, the point was the message is not my favorite, and like, so not only does it have missing verses, it like combines more than one. That was my whole reason for going down that rabbit hole. Yes. Anyway, I'm gonna continue watching you play this now.
Yeah, this is a very. It looks a lot like a level I already did before, but it's like been modified to hang on.
Yeah, this is weird.
Oh jeez, there's a guy there.
Yeah.
And I got hit. Okay, whatever. Not gonna be redoing that, I don't think.
Unless you need skill points. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I finished without hitting a mine, technically, but okay. But yeah, like, there are quite a number of translations, or versions at least, of the Bible that there were very specific, very conscious decisions made about how they were going to handle particular things. Like,
Yeah.
I was apparently... I came across something where a guy who's... Oh, jeez, I don't want to fight you.
Master Ninja Plus.
Anyway, a guy who's, I guess, a biblical scholar points out that the ESV, the English Standard Version, like, is very specifically made,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, with the idea that, like, yeah, they wanted to intentionally use masculine pronouns for gods and everything like that.
But don't they already use masculine pronouns?
That's so, like, some translations have looked into it and come to the conclusion, however accurate or not, that some of the pronouns used in the original Hebrew and or Greek might more accurately be thought of as, I guess, like, gender neutral.
Oh, jeez.
And not specifically in, like, that gender neutral kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, almost more of a collective
Okay.
kind of thing. So, like, because God is 3 in 1, they will use pronouns like them, or they'll just say God
Yeah.
and not necessarily use pronouns.
I definitely 100% disagree with that. But what's even worse is I think
Come
I
on.
heard,
That thing literally just got to the electrifying stuff at the last possible second. Duck on it. Oh well. This tower's not a big deal so far.
There was some politician recently that I heard, and I don't really pay attention too much to what the politicians say, but he specifically referred to God as she and a woman, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like,
Yeah, that's... No.
have you read the Bible at all? I mean, there's 100% certainty that, like, God was never referred to as a woman, at least if you're going by the Bible. But
I mean,
also you have to,
you know, Jesus mentions the Father
yeah, exactly,
all the time.
Well, that's also why I don't get the, why you would take away the male pronouns, because, yeah, Jesus refers to the Father. Jesus was a man.
So, again, this is where the whole Trinity thing can make things confusing, because, you have Father, Son, Holy Spirit, all are God, but they're also distinct and separate in certain ways.
Yeah, but I would argue he's always been male, always been referred to as a man forever.
I guess
that's
the argument for the, I don't know, some of the argument at least for the gender neutral pronouns for the Trinity is that, like, yeah, sure, there's the Father, but whoa, are there really, like, is there really a gender mentioned for the Holy Spirit? Why did it have me do that? That was dumb. Anyway.
Yeah, I understand that, but I kind of just have to think that the character of God is always the same, and because of that, the Holy Spirit is part of the character of God, and therefore should also be referenced as male. But that's
when you say God, are you referring to God as the entire Trinity or just as God the Father?
Both.
So I guess you're thinking there is, well, if any part of the Trinity of God is male, it's at least very likely that the entire Trinity is male.
Not necessarily, but I would say 2 out of 3 trumps it. If it was like 1
That's
out
true.
of 3, there's more of an argument, but majority rules. No, okay. I don't know. This is, again, just...
We've gone on so much of a tangent with this now.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about before, don't let current day stuff skew your people's views of the Bible. And
The translation efforts related to that aren't necessarily because of current day stuff.
no, yeah, I'm not saying it is, but what I'm saying right now is this translation, any translation that is concerned with God's gender has not existed until now, for whatever the motivation is. And so you are letting your modern concerns, again, no matter what the motivation is, I don't know what the motivation is, change the way you are going to have other people experience the Bible. And like up until today, no one would ever have thought to, specifically take out or take that into consideration.
I don't know. Supposedly, according to the translators or whoever, maybe scholars or somebody, I don't know, but it's not supposed to be any kind of caving to modern day influence. It's not like I guess the thought process is, oh, we now understand the Hebrew better, and because of that, our understanding of this word that's used here to refer to God is probably better understood as like a collective pronoun.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know about the understanding of the Hebrew language. That is not my...
I'm not saying that like it's inherently better one way or the other.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give information on and make sure that we're clear that no, this is not some caving to modern sympathies. This is not like at least, I mean, okay, some translators might have had that in mind, but in various cases that was not the idea. I think even specifically the NRSV, I think is one that tends more toward collective pronouns when referring to God.
Okay. Final note on this, because we got to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
If the reason is legitimately that we understand Hebrew better today and we're retranslating an old word, then okay, fine. I can understand it. But yeah, I'd have to look into. It's just weird that the Jewish people who have the Torah, who wrote it, basically. I mean, I know those people aren't alive anymore, but who study Hebrew and all that stuff. You're basically saying no. You didn't know what you're talking about. We know better now. Which, yeah, again, could be true. I don't know. But I have to look into it. And
if you assume ancient Hebrew was significantly different than, like any more modern Hebrew, then I guess that's a possibility. But anyway, okay. Well,
we gotta
wrap this up. I guess I'm partway up this tower. Actually, most of it.
Nice. So next time we'll make it the rest of the way.
Yep. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
Yep. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.